All right, so the last question, while one of our hosts dies right now, the last question that I want to ask before we cap all this off is,
No cap?
yeah, no cap, as the kids say.
That's boss.
Or of farming. I never grew up on a farm, so I don't know.
How about to say, how do you guys deal with, how do you guys deal with number one, how people react when they find out that you're, getting back with an ex for whatever reason, whether, because there's a multitude of reasons, but the reactions sometimes vary. So, how do you guys?
I'll go. I think for me, it depends on the type of relationship.
I was about to say it depends on the type of ex.
Well, yeah. Because if you're getting back with a girl that, broke your heart or did you dirty or did you dirty while she was breaking your heart, I'm not saying that, you know, I feel that as a friend, you, to a certain degree, because you care about your friend, you are going to speak up like, hey, I'll respect your decision, but I really don't think you should do that. Because, the last time you were with her, this happened or that happened. And that's only if you see that, they haven't really addressed some of the issues that they had. Like I mentioned in the other episode, like to me, I've been criticized, and I've been criticized for in both situations because I've had to take that criticism in moments where I got back with the toxic girlfriend, or maybe I was a toxic one, and the relationship wasn't good, and I will have to take that into consideration where I'm like, my friend does care for me. And then lo and behold, exactly what they told me, oh, you guys are going to end up breaking up again. It happened. I can understand that. I don't believe that it should apply to every situation. Like I mentioned earlier, I've had multiple people who criticized me before when I've gotten back with partners, who I've actually had a positive relationship. Maybe either we drifted apart or it was a mutual agreement that, the time wasn't right or whatever. And or, yeah, we weren't good at one point, but we've worked and to redeem ourselves and better ourselves. And instead of like giving that opportunity is just, oh, why, like they're trying to tell you, I feel like at least that's how I took when this person, so-called friend, did that to me, almost like you need a new girlfriend, a new story to tell. And it's like, but I'm not trying to do that.
Because you're not trying to start an old story either.
Like, if you do that when you're young, it's one thing. But I feel like if you get to a certain age, if you're a little bit older and you're trying to get a little bit more serious into your romantic life, then I do feel where, you do take into consideration, is that relationship, a good relationship that you do see yourself trying to settle down with, or at least it could potentially lead to that. So what do you guys think?
I'll say my quick piece here is just it definitely does depend on like the pairing and stuff because I had like I had a friend, like two friends, they got together, and in all honesty it was always just on again, off again, on again, off again, on again. And when they were on, sure, but then when they split and they were off, then there was like going through that, I don't want to deal with him, I don't want to deal with her, this and that. But then like I give it like what, a good 2 weeks tops, sometimes three at best, then just either they will see one with someone else or hear about them with someone else, or the other would just feel kind of like, I don't think I made a mistake. And I'm going to be honest, in the beginning phases of that situation for me, I'll just be like that. Hey, you want to do that, you want to do that, this, and that. And then, whatever. But then when that kept just kind of happening, like just an ongoing cycle and narrative, number one, I figured that it's like maybe the both of y'all are toxic. So let's start there. And you guys want that attention of just, we're here today and then we're going to be breaking up and then, just go through that whole thing. And that's exhausting. And so when they were approached like, I want to get back with, so and so, my position was very just like kind of neutral, borderline, not. Well, honestly, no. I got to be on neutral, and then to the point where I kind of didn't really care a little bit because it was just like y'all would do this, y'all.
At this point, they went through it so much.
And it's just, and at this point, you're just looking for attention. You're doing this to get attention because all you're doing is just this on again, off again, trying to make drama and all of that
The
stuff.
Ross and Rachel scenario.
Exactly. And it's just, you're.
Or the Donna and Eric.
Any of those kind of sitcom couples, to be honest. And it's just like, you were doing that just to get like, wanting people like Jolene, like, and all that. And it's just,
oh my
you're
God.
taking people's, you're doing emotional manipulation to your friends. Cause then you want to get their honest opinion about it when it's just like, why would I give you that? Because you already made a decision. You're just going to follow this narrative of going back together with them or breaking up with them. So I don't really want to invest anything.
I'm going to tag myself in because I'll drag you into the conversation too, Ian. We had a situation of a mutual friends back in high school who were dating that they would be the Ross and Rachel of our group. And I'm sure everyone listening at some point, if they have had or been part of friend groups.
The couple, if you will.
Oh, they were it, all right.
You said it, not me.
And they would put us through hell.
On earth.
And then break up.
On earth.
Then we would be, finally, we can breathe. We can all go back to our normal programming.
On earth.
And then they would get back together and expect us to be supportive.
On earth.
So I think we do have to draw that line where it's like, no, A, I don't have the obligation to be putting up with your drama on earth. And B, I care about you guys or care about, whoever's your friend. Sometimes you do have to either, if it's going to be bringing that type of drama into your life, I do think it might be best to like just, okay.
Let them figure that crap
and
out.
I'm going to distance myself.
No, it's because I'll go back in. Because the truth is.
Tag yourself in.
Yay! Because the truth is that takes its toll on you because that's when their problems become your problems. And then your phone's getting blown up with, I can't believe so-and-so and this and that. And then now you already got stuff on your plate as it is. But then here they are dumping just this, and that as if you got to, play the, middle.
The referee.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it's just, you probably got a relationship on your end to be dealing with.
Yes.
And now, you're kind of like got to be, on the side trying to check that and that. And it's just.
And you end up losing because both of them get mad at you if you take sides or dare you take the middle ground.
And it's like you put me in a compromise, and you put me in a compromising position in the first place because it's like we are all friends. And look, I'm just gonna put this out here. My statement: it can still happen. People can date within a friend group, but I'm very conscientious about that because I know that it's sometimes hard for that. We're a friend group, but then they pair off, and although they try to do that best to like, we'll separate the friend stuff from the romantic stuff, they still kind of sometimes bleed into each other. Like, the like you said, I know you use the like Ross and Rachel, Donna and Eric. I could use, Beck and Jade if I wanted to. It's just like, because then it's hard to have this friendship when it's like y'all two just had an argument about so-and-so, and then you're like in a lunchroom and then they're making passive aggressive comments with you like, so how did you do today, as if the other one doesn't exist.
I want to know how he's doing. I want to know how he's doing.
You're being funny, but
dude,
it's
literally a divorced couple, like, and you're the child. Yeah. Like, mom, dad, can you please shut the up? I hate that. It's similar to
put me in the
Ian, jeez.
What?
It's okay, buddy.
Shut up.
But I was gonna say it's similar to like what they say. You don't bring your personal life into at work. Like you don't mix. Dating. Shut up, Ian.
I didn't say anything.
Technically, I wasn't working well. Anyways,
saying anything.
But it's I see where you're getting at. Now, obviously, it's not like you could be no. Look at the friend guidelines. You can't date somebody within the group. All right, you got to date outside. No inbreeding. Jesus, your answer?
I've had to do that recently.
What?
Wait a minute. What?
I was
About
in the
inbreeding?
middle. No, I was in the middle.
Oh my.
I guess these two friends were within the group, and they were both dating, and one of them broke up with the other, and
When?
it was a big thing, and it was really annoying. So it's kind of like, in this situation, even though the relationship had its problems, we all thought that, you know what, if they can get past this, because they're both really, really good people, and they're really, really good for each other. So it's kind of like in this situation, we were rooting for them to get back together. I think that it really does depend on the context, you know, because it's like, obviously, if you have someone who's like going back to a shitty relationship, right, and they vent to you, and it's like, oh, how shitty this is, and what I've gone through with this person, and all that stuff, and it puts you in the mindset of like, I don't want that to happen, but you know, you're gonna do what you're gonna do at the end of the day.
And then you kind of feel where it's like, if your resolve was to kind of get back with them, why did you drag me through all these sessions of calling you, staying up with you, texting you, all of this and that, when you already made that decision that you were going to do that, despite you saying in sometimes conversation, I would, I wouldn't do this.
Exactly.
And it's like that on the perception of the friend, sometimes that can be just like, well, what's that to me? Whereas, like, now you probably did have that iron resolve. You probably did, but then it was just that one moment where either something came that reminded you of this, and that, and then boom, it's gone.
Yeah. So to wrap up, I think there's a distinction between, because obviously, if you're getting back with somebody that brought tensions to your group, or you and your significant other brought those tensions to your group, I think you do have to take into consideration your friends as a friend yourself. And if you're on the opposite side and your friend is the one getting into a relationship, I think it's, as a friend, you do have the right to speak up if you know that, this person isn't good, or the relationship isn't good for your friend. But if you see that, maybe they're just, sometimes they have kids in between. Sometimes, like, every situation is obviously going to be different.
It's not black and white.
Yeah. But to be just, you should, like in my situation, where it's like you acted like, I was getting back with somebody that's cheating on me, or abuse was happening. Like, it was none of that. It was just like any other couple. You go through your highs and lows, and sometimes you got to break up, and sometimes you make up, and sometimes you take up, and sometimes you mess up.
On Earth.
So with that being said, y'all, mind your own business. You can care about your friends. You can joke around, but you have to, as a man, you have to make that line, that boundary line. You have to draw that boundary line with your friends. And as a friend also, you have to respect that boundary line that your friend has drawn. Because you wouldn't like it if somebody comes and criticizes, your taste in women, whether or not you're dating or not. At the end of the day, we all are responsible for our own lives.
Choices.
And that includes dating, sex, romance, whatever. So mind your own damn business and just be happy if your friend is happy. And if they're not happy, then, don't be happy that they're not happy. Just be there and be a good friend.
On Earth.
So with that being said, if you guys haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. We are trying to get to 150 subscribers. I'm Richie here with the black man himself in black.
On Earth.
And the cameraman and camera flash.
On Earth.
So hit that like, share, download. And we'll be seeing you guys next time on Earth. See it through my eyes. Take care.